What's up YouTube? It's your boy Will Motivation here with another video on how to turn $7,000 into over $100,000 in one single real estate investment transaction. Yo, what's up? It's your boy Will Motivation, and today we're talking about my advice on the #1 way for you to get started investing in real estate. Okay, so a lot of you guys have been asking me to make more real estate videos. The reason why I have not been making that many real estate videos is actually two things. One, as you guys know, I am an entrepreneur. I own 3 main businesses. So I'm really busy with my main company, which is HBCU Connect, doing events, making a lot of employer clients that I have very happy, and trying to save money to reinvest later in the real estate business. So usually when one business has me busy, then usually that means I can't dedicate time to the other business. And luckily the real estate business is kind of rolling by itself. I have one major project going on, which is the Lamborghini Huracan project, or Project Huracan. So if you haven't seen that video, click that tag in the little box above, all right? But let's get down to it. How do you turn $7,000 into $100,000 in a real estate transaction? So a lot of you guys may be familiar with Project Hellcat. So I just got an email from Zillow.com with an update on the market value of Project Hellcat. So Project Hellcat is a investment property that I bought in 2017 for $36,000, and it is now worth over $100,000 already. So, and that does not include the estimate in value that I would have received from rehabbing that property to almost like new condition, and the fact that it's rented out. So this is sort of a conservative estimate and some rough numbers, but I'm going to show you and try to explain to you how you can turn, if you had $7,000, how you could have done the same thing that I did to turn that $7,000 into $100,000 in a real estate transaction or investment property. This is a real life scenario. I didn't exactly do it like this, but I'm trying to show you how you could have done it if you had less money than I had to invest, all right? So when I bought the house, I bought it with cash that I had saved up. It was a $36,000 house, and I rehabbed it, and like I said, now Zillow is saying it's worth over $100,000. I think they said my private estimate was $105,000, which I believe is worth every bit of that considering the rehab. So how do I get the figure of $7,000 if it's a $36,000 house? So if you think about it, most people, when they buy a home, they get a mortgage or they get a loan to buy the house. So if you have decent credit, and when I say decent credit, I'm talking about 600s or 700s. If you have a credit score in the 600s or 700s, you usually can get a loan, right, for a mortgage. And you might have to shop around for different banks to deal with that will approve you for a loan. But we're talking about less than a $36,000 loan. So let me explain to you where I get that figure of $7,000 from. So what is 20% of $36,000? So the house costs $36,000. Usually for an investment property, if you want to go to the bank and get a loan on an investment property, they want you to have 20% of the money to put down on the house. Now, if you're going to live in the house, it can be less than 20%. That's called a owner-occupied house or home. So, but in this case, if you're an investor, you got to come up with 20%, and 20% of $36,000 is $7,200. So this is rounded down to $7,000 to keep things simple. So if you had $7,000 saved up, you could have actually gone to a bank and asked for a loan for the balance of that $36,000 minus your $7,000 in down payment. Got the bank to approve you for that loan. You could have bid on the house, bought the house with your $7,000 down, got your mortgage, and you could have bought this same house, which is now worth $105,000 in a matter of a little over a year. Because like I said, I bought it in 2017, and it's only 2018. And that value does not consider the rehab that I put into the house. So I rehabbed the house, probably put about $10,000 into the rehab, plus one major sewer repair, put the rehab at around $15,000. So, but not even including that rehab amount, they're saying what the value of the house is over $100,000. So to keep it simple and straight to the point, that's how you could take $7,000, find an investment property, buy it, fix it up, and then let the value increase. And that doesn't include whatever money that you would make on top of that equity in rental income. Now, but if you wanted to just turn around and flip the house, let's say it took you a year to rehab it because you didn't have $15,000 to throw at it to get it rehabbed real quick, and you did everything by yourself slowly over time, then, you know, a year later, after you finish your rehab work, you're sitting on a property worth $100,000. So off of your investment of only $7,000. So if that does not make sense to you, make sure you ask questions in the comment section below of this video. But I was actually getting ready to go to bed, and I had this on my mind because a lot of people have been asking me to post videos on real estate, because I've been posting videos on my car stuff, you know, my hobby, which is the Lamborghini and the Hellcat and stuff like that, because when I take a break, I'm usually trying to do something fun to get my mind off of work, and I just turn the camera on and I record what's going on. So I've been to a couple of events. So that's why there's been a lot of car content and not a whole lot of real estate content. And the other thing is, I'm not doing a whole lot in the real estate world right now because I got a whole lot going on, like I said, with my other business. And that business is really the main breadwinner, and it gets most of my attention anyway. But when things are slow, and when the market is right, I do a lot of investing in real estate. So I'm trying to finish up Project Huracan, which is a new build project that I have going on from the ground up. When I get that finished, I am probably going to look for another investment property, but only after I get that finished and on the market and rent it out. Because I would sell it, and we'll do the numbers so you guys can see how much I spent on Project Huracan and then how much it's worth. So we'll do those numbers, but I don't want to sell it because I don't want, there'll be like a major tax hit if I sold it, right? So I don't want to take that kind of a hit right now. And it'll be a nice like rental property for my portfolio. So I'll rent it out, and then I'll look for another project, and I'll show you guys step by step how I'm able to find the properties. I mean, there's no like major secrets, okay? I just look in the same places everybody else does, but I look for stuff, like I look for properties that are kind of beat up that people might not want, and those are the ones I try to go in and buy and fix up. So there's no real secrets about that. You can do the same thing. If you live in an area where it's hard to find a deal worth $35,000, like a $35,000 house and stuff like that, then just look somewhere else. Like sometimes you might be in a market like California or New York or Toronto, for example. And shout out to Noel who came and checked me out. If you're watching this video, shout out to you, man. Came all the way from Toronto to visit Real Motivation and chat a little bit about real estate. So shout out to you, man, and good luck to you on your real estate adventure and journey. But if you live in one of those markets where the real estate is very expensive, then you might want to look outside of that market and just do your research. You know what I'm saying? Just do your research. Look for healthy markets where there's a healthy middle class, where there's a good economy, jobs, and where there's growth, like a city that's growing instead of decreasing in size. All right, so you look for those different things, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in some of my upcoming videos. I'm still working on the real estate course. I haven't forgot about it, because really and truly I would rather be doing that than some of the other work that I'm doing right now. I just got to get that done. Okay, so just in case anybody doesn't believe what I'm talking about, most of my subscribers, you guys know I'm legit. I don't make up stuff. There's no reason for me to do that. I will show you, but anybody that's new, I'll show you. All right, so check it out. This is the property right here. This is how it looks now. This is what it used to look like before I rehabbed it. That's what it looks like now. I painted the outside and everything like that. I don't know if there's pictures. Yeah, so this is pictures of the inside. That's what it used to look like. That's what it looked like before. That's what the bathroom looks like now. The living room looks like that now, where it was red and all that, craziness. That's what it used to look like before. Kitchen before. This is the bathroom in the basement that we added. That's the kitchen, what it looks like now. This is what the kitchen looked like before. That's a bedroom. After, that's before kitchen. Bedroom after. And that's what the bathroom used to look like. What the bedrooms used to look like. That's what the kitchen looks like now. Now. This is what it looked like before. So just to give you guys an idea, this is afterwards in the basement. We hooked the basement up now. It looks nice. That's what it used to look like in the basement. That's the backyard. Bedroom. That's the living room. That's what it used to look like in the back. Now this is what the basement looks like now. So it's a lot nicer, all right? So Zillow doesn't even really consider that in this estimate. So here's the price when it was last sold. That's when I bought it in April of 2017. So a little over a year ago, right? I bought it for $36,000. This is what they're saying it's worth now, at least to the public. But I got a private estimate that's even higher than that. But anyway, this shows you right here, public record. I bought the house in April of 2017 for $36,000. So you can find these kind of deals, all right? All over the country, there's deals like this. Now, if I look at what I see on the landlord side, you'll see right here, I got like a private estimate. The estimate is $105,000. So yeah, so basically Zillow offers a service where you can get a more accurate estimate on what the house is worth. You give them a little bit more information, and the house is definitely worth every bit of $105,000. I bought it for $36,000. Now, here's your this is a sales proceed. I wanted to show you a calculator. Let me pull up a calculator real fast. Look, so how you calculate your down payment? If the house costs $36,000, and you got to pay 20%, you just multiply it times 0.20. That's your down payment, $77,200. So if you only had $7,200, you could have bought, got a mortgage, right? Get your bank relationships together. Could have got a mortgage, bought this house with $7,200 down, and now that $7,200 investment that you made will be worth over $100,000, period. Okay. Now, if you sold it, you have to subtract what you owed the bank. But if you had the house for a year, you started renting it out or whatever, you would owe the bank less, because you'd be paying down your mortgage over that year. So, your profit would be higher if you actually flipped it. So for me, I'm keeping this house as a rental property because the taxes are low, and the rent is pretty good. It's pretty healthy rent. So there you go. That's a real true life story of one real estate transaction that I did in 2017. That's already, and let me show you another one, just so we're in here, just to show you that this is not like a one-time thing. Let me pull up another one of my properties I did, I think in 2016 or 17. It's Project Gallardo. All right. I bought this house right here. Look at the estimate, $146,000. is what this house is worth. Now, let's go to the public. This is the back end view as a landlord, because it's one of my properties. I rehab this house. As you can see, all my houses kind of pretty much have a similar style, like with the neutral colors. You can kind of tell it's my trademark. But if you look at the history right here. When did I buy this house? I bought this house. Where is it at? Man, I don't see where I bought it. 60,000. I bought this house for 60. Wow, they don't have it in here. I bought this house for 67,000, I believe is what it was. They don't have it in here for some reason though. It was listed at 80, but I bid on it for 67,000. All right, and that's the rent that I'm getting on it right now. $12.95. But I wanted to show you that I bought it for 67,000. Look, you can kind of know when it got foreclosed back to the lender. The lender got it got foreclosed back to the lender for $60,000. So basically, the lender had 60,000 into it. So when I bid on it, I gave them every bit of that 60,000 that they had in it, but I put a little bit more on there, which was 67, and they took it. And there also was a squatter in this house before. But anyway, 67,000, and it's now worth 146. That doesn't even include the rehab that I did on it. So pull out the calculator. 146,000 minus 67. That's $79,000 in equity. If I was to sell it, that I would get, you know, in profit or whatever, minus my rehab costs or whatever. But you get the point. Like, the real estate stuff is real, and I'm trying to show you guys how I'm able to get the Lamborghini and stuff like that. All right, so this is how I'm doing it. I got real estate. Now, my real estate is not, like I said, it's not my only business. So I don't ever recommend, well, there's some cases where people are standalone. Real estate is the only thing that they do. But for me, real estate was initially sort of like a retirement strategy. And I wanted to invest in something that I knew would grow. And then I could justify doing stuff that I never thought I would be able to do, like, you know, get a Lamborghini or whatever. But since my money is invested and doing well in the real estate, I can justify sitting on a real expensive car for a minute. All right. So anyway, this is my lesson in real estate for all those people that's been asking about the real estate. Here it is. All right. You got questions? Ask me in the comments. All right. So if you want more real estate content, definitely subscribe and hit the like button for me so that this video can get out to other people. And then just comment and let me know what you want to see next. All right. This is Will Motivation. Hey, I just wanted to say thanks for watching today's video. There's a lot more to come. Hit that like button for me and subscribe to my channel. A lot of you guys have been asking me about when is my online course going to be ready. Well, I have good news for you. My online course is completed. I'll put a link in the description of this video where you can click on that link and get a 40% discount off the course. That'll be for the first 50 students. So if you're ready to take the online course that I've basically laid out everything that I know about how to invest in real estate, click the link below or just go to www.willmotivation.com/invest. And thank you guys for taking the time out to watch today's video. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.